Boys. Morning. Well, afternoon for me. That one looks good. Get the music turned down. What was this? It was a CPI, wasn't it? Factory, yeah, with CPI, PPI tomorrow. Mr. Trump speaking at 2 p.m. PPI and retail sales tomorrow. Interesting. Anyway. Morning, Professor Mark. A cheeky short on MES from yesterday's value area high. Hell yeah. Pretty nice short there, my friend. Pretty nice short. I just realised I need not to have me delta and me other thing. Me dom. Hopefully I get a trade today. That the 80% rule played out pretty beautifully yesterday. I made a little post talking about it. But yeah, it was very cool to see. I was very tempted to get into a long, and it would have played out had I got in. I was trying to long from like the value area high of the current session, which was like just below the previous day's point of control after the stream yesterday, but it literally like it touched the previous day's point of control like perfectly. I can go back to the time that it did it, but I don't have the level there anymore, obviously. But it was yeah, like in this little section here, I was looking to get in here, I think. Yeah. I basically said to myself, like, obviously my cutoff point is 11:30, but I said to myself, like, if it comes down to the value area high of the current session and fills me in, like, this retracement, then I'll get in. But if it continues, like, that's it. I'm not going to chase it after that. And it literally, I think it was, like, 2 or 3 ticks. This, like, literally hit the previous day's point of control, like, pretty much bang on, and then turned around. So I would have gotten a nice enough move there to, like, hit a take profit, but I was literally, like, waiting, like, down here. 375, I believe, is where I was trying to get in at. Previous day's point of control was literally 4.5, so might have been 3.25. I think, yeah, I was trying to get in at 3.25 because that was current session value area high, and, like, right as we were coming down, it shifted up 2 ticks. So then I put my limit to 3.75. But yeah, I never got filled on this little run down here. Shame, but what can you do? That's why I got in early today, didn't want to chase. But, like, obviously, it wasn't guaranteed that I was right. But, like, you know, when you're just kind of watching it, you're just like, I just know it's going there today. I know it. Let me just mess around with OBS a little bit. I want to just adjust my, I can't get this fucking thing to come on. I want to adjust where my, where my top step X is. I want to make it like this. That's going to make it a little bit fatter, so then I just need to nudge it back across. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Let's get this developing profile on here. Where's 9:30? Probably going to get a shift in the point of control. You can see that overnight point of control is lower than previous day's point of control, so if current session point of control moves down to below overnight, then we can probably look for sells today. Which is interesting since we're actually at all-time highs, I'm pretty sure. I don't really pay too much attention to the higher time frames. Obviously we're bullish on the week at the moment because we're like far above previous week's value area high, so bullish on the week, but short term today potentially bearish, not completely yet. This is just a little sign. Delta also shot up here when price went down and then shot down. Interesting. Decent block of buys at 705, just below the low of day. But I would also maybe expect this to go long from like this area, overnight value area low, previous day value area low. But if we break below that, oh, Can I just undo what I just did? Nope. It just gets rid of his roaring. That short's playing out pretty nice, Mr. Mac. Mr. Professor Mac. I need to try not to talk as much. I'm like right at the end of a cold that I've had for like the past like half a week probably. Right at the end of it. It was creeping up on me like the whole of last week, and then over the weekend it peaked. And then yesterday I was like 80%, today I'm probably like 90% back to normal. I just need to not go crazy talking, chatting my head off like I normally do. I don't know whether to go to the gym as well after I'm done. Like, point of control is like probably going to shift down any minute really here, so hopefully that can offer you some momentum. I would think that if like this big node that we're currently kind of putting in, if it were me, I would trail behind that node when POC shifts down. Because if it rejects the shifted POC, obviously that's a sign of well, it's a sign that we're not accepting lower prices from this point. But if we get the POC to shift like down here somewhere, then that would be great. Can I do the thing where I hold? That isn't. Is that straight? That doesn't look straight. Oh, that's so weird. That's straight. You can do the thing where you. There you go. There's the point of control shift. Let's see if this holds price down for you, Professor Mac. Like I said, if it were me, I'd be trailing like quite a bit into profit. I'd be trailing like somewhere around here if it were me now. Behind this big node. Crazy short though. You had some balls short in the previous day's value area high there. I'll tell you that, Professor Mac. I'm assuming you shorted around here, right? Like just before open? Or did you short just after open when it literally ran up and tapped it like 10 minutes after the open? If so, that is a beauty. That's actually a B setup as far as like the KAICAP's like thing is concerned. That is absolutely valid B setup for a short. Could have gone short anywhere between these two value levels really. Stop like, you'd have had to have a stop like, what? 8 points or so, so let's call that 30. Very minimal drawdown. So you'd be very nicely in profit. Good day, guy. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I definitely like shorts now. We will see what it wants to do. It's not even 10 AM yet, so I'm still sidelined for now. I have a feeling I'll get some sort of a break and retest of the overnight levels. Like the overnight and previous day value area low. That looks like an ideal place to short from if it can break through them. But the most you would want to go down to is, yeah, you would... that's a pretty solid play, to be honest, I think. Going down, because like I said before, we're bullish on the week, right? Because we're very far above... Well, not very far, but we did break through and above the previous week's value area high. So it makes sense that we might break back below these levels, below this area, and then retest that, and then come down to value area high down here. I like that. What I want to do, I want to change my settings on this. So I didn't actually realize that if I click off it, it doesn't show the thing, so I actually will use this a lot more now. Let's make it 3, and let's make it like line. Let's make it like blue. Yeah, let's make it that. What's that, like a light blue? Pale blue. What other options do we have? Maybe yellow, actually. We'll make it yellow. That's lime. Fucking colorblind. Yellow. Apply, and then that can be save defaults. Hell yeah. See what happens at these value area lows. God, that was such a clean shot from the previous day. Did it get up to the what was previous day value area high exactly? 24.5. Did this get up there? This one didn't. No, it didn't quite get. It literally fell a tick short of the previous day's value area high. At least in this little move here, but obviously more than hit the overnight value area high. So. Nah, didn't mean to do that. Okay, there goes the overnight value area low. My god, this is fucking annoying. I need to just stop trying to fuck with the chart because it just makes it worse and worse the more I try and fuck with it. He says as he proceeds to fuck with it. You just have to carefully fuck with it. What's previous week's value area high? 88. No actual orders resting there. There is some orders around there, but no actual orders like around it exactly. I want to see some volume build up here. If we can get some sort of a node here, I'll be in. Going for something like this. All I'm waiting for here is a break below. I just need to see it come confidently down here, and then I'm in that. I'm in that bitch. See if it's going to continue from like the current session value area low or something. Wish I took this on ES instead of MES. You still in it? That's a crazy trade. You do hit some crazy trades, Professor Mac, I must say. You had a massive, you had a massive trade on NQ the other day, I think, didn't you? That you said about. I can't remember if it was the other day or like last week, but I know it was recently. The days all just blur together for me, honestly. I don't know about you boys, but the days really do just blur together. That was epic on the actual NQ. Oh, that was on the actual NQ, damn. Yeah, but that was a nice payday. Look at that massive block of sell orders, by the way. About 704. So that is like, yeah, value area low basically. Let's watch that. Did they get filled? I'm not sure. I feel like they did. I feel like we would have saw more of a spike on the delta again though, but we do have absorption on the delta. You can see that. There's them sell orders again. Back there at 7,008 roughly now. The big boys are trying to sell. Current session value area low there was a real good short. Potentially could have taken that, to be honest, if I, like, because we have the absorption, we have value area low, overnight value area low, just no real clean stop loss placement, but you could just use a basic, like, ATR. Could have done something like, say you entered at overnight value area low, what's that? 2, so you could have done like 710. I don't really feel comfortable about that because you're whacking your stop loss right at the point of control there, so I'll wait for this. Looks like this is going to try and come up and fill these orders up here. We have 2 big blocks of orders here at like 706 and 708. Current session value area low is coming down now as well nicely, so that's going to be an added confluence for this trade if I can get it. Like I say, all I'm waiting for is break below here and then retest of that. That's all I'm waiting for. That would have actually stopped me out to a tick, by the way, if I had entered it the first. Like, if I entered this, that would have been a very aggressive entry, like trying to front run that. But yeah, that'd have been, that'd have been painful. Okay, if this breaks nice and cleanly here, we'll go ahead and throw our limit order. I'll get the order like ready to go. 9775. Probably look for it to like break the current session value area low convincingly, and then I'll go in. It is stalling quite a bit though at this previous day's value area low. Can't quite break through. Like I say, I want a confident break of that current session value area low, really. No point trying to like trade the setup before it's there. See like a solid close. I was about to say that's good for me, but I want to see it confidently. I don't want to see like a little wick rejection like the same as the swing before. We still have those fat orders up at the like 708, 706 too. So maybe it'll do one little like one more retracement back up, maybe. You can see on the delta there's like no sellers. Buyers are actually in control of the day somehow. I don't know if my delta just didn't resell or something. But you can see there's not much selling participation in this current move, because the delta is like quite far above that low compared to price. Obviously price hasn't broke the low yet, so there's not exactly a divergence. If anything, there's a divergence at the highs, obviously, but it's not a good sign. Almost makes me want to fade back into value. Play the rotation. A little bit torn here now. We might actually almost be, we might be about to get like a third shift of the POC if we stay here a bit longer, which I don't mind trading off of. I might even enter when the POC shifts, I don't know. That sounds a bit silly. I still want to see a break. Getting a bit more absorption here. Almost. If the delta breaks this high. You know what, if delta breaks this high, I'll just go ahead and enter, because... Or I'll like set my limit and I won't enter. Because we're going to get a POC shift here in any minute. I just don't like how it's stalling here. Morning, Diego. Yeah, it's the afternoon for me too. But, you know, we speak in New York time here. It's the morning. Even though there's probably like no one who's actually from New York here. In fact, I can almost count on it. Oh, this is really tricky. It's like clean, but it's not. I feel like this is gonna just break and drop too. If I see absorption here, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the limit in. There's the POC shift. I'm going in. I'm putting the limit in. Limit's in. Let's see if this gets filled. It's gonna run away now, isn't it? Come on. What's my TP? 95. 90.5. See if that gets filled or if it's just run through us now. You can see the delta just tanked. That's crazy. Maybe we don't get filled on that unless we get lucky on the little retrace. It's annoying because this, like, it just wasn't breaking convincingly. It was just kind of stalling. Like, now this is broke convincingly enough, but It's whether it comes back and tags us. We have shifted the POC, so like obviously we may come back and just tap that one more time, which would be a lovely gift. But you know, not guaranteed. Took a B rank short when price bounced from the overnight value area low, current session value area low. Did face some drawdown though. But yeah, but you took a win. Took a B rank short when price bounced to the overnight value area low and current session value area low. Yeah, okay. There then, around there. Yeah, I was saying when that happened that would have been a good entry. So nicely done. I'm just trying to get filled here, but it doesn't look like it's gonna get me. It's kind of just stalling, so I feel like it's just gonna fall off a cliff. I will go ahead and lower my entry to the actual POC though. So 2 ticks. 0.25, and then you can be 0.5. Seven 1.75. Yeah, solid. I don't think we get filled, boys. This is tricky. What a tricky entry. You had to basically just like see it coming. Like I will hold this until previous week's value rate high gets hit. Like I'll keep the limit there just in case, but that was such a tricky entry. Like you had to be so confident, and it wasn't giving confidence. I mean, it kind of was, because like price wasn't going up, delta was. Like price was trying to go up, but like here price was rising, or price was falling, delta was rising, which is a bearish sign. So I need to get more confident, like leaning on the delta when it's like, when price is kind of not looking. It's like I want to see this break, but it's like not quite doing it. But if I see that it's not quite doing it, but delta is like rising, then that's actually a good sign to take the short, because that means that price isn't moving anywhere, but buyers are trying to, and they're not succeeding. That would have been TP by the looks of it. TP? Yeah, TP. Oh no, one tick off. That would have been TP. No trades this week, no losses, no wins, no trades. Like I say, I'm just keeping this limit here. If it wants to pop up and fill me, then by all means. Until previous week's value area high gets hit, I will take this. I could even lower my stop loss slightly, really. Could go for like that. Which I might just do, to be honest. Keep it nice and tight. Okay, this is either gonna pop back up and get us, or it's gone. I feel like this is the only chance we get here. See what the actual like prices for that was. Cross your fingers for me, boys. We need what, like a 4-point jump, please. I'm not going any lower. I refuse to chase it anymore. If only it could have given like a real nice break of that previous day's value area low. It was so tricky. It's because I was like, adamant of taking an A rank. If I was okay with taking a B rank for the first trade, I'd have been fine. I'd have probably taken the short here, similar to when Diego did. That was a very, very clean short. Well done, Diego. I think, yeah, my only issue with that, I think, that shift. Yeah, okay, that's gone. Oh, that's a shame. Right read, fucking couldn't get the execution. Congrats to you boys that caught that. I did not quite manage. We'll see what it wants to do here, if it's going to break back into the previous week's value or... I'd love to find A rank setups. I'd love to find A rank setups right, left, and center, but we never know when they'll appear, right? Yeah, true. You can watch the markets all day, that's doable otherwise. B rank setups appear more often, yeah, 100%. I mean, that wasn't A rank really there. I just didn't get in. Didn't get filled, rather. Like, I could have marketed in that. Like, when I saw the POC shift, there were so many things going for it. The delta was looking solid, the POC shifted. We had previous day's value area low. Obviously, POC is its own node, so we had a high volume node. And in that context, it's a solid one to trade, like a solid POC to take a trade off of, because it's a trend shifted POC, which is a good POC to trade off of. Yeah. So many reasons to take that trade. I was hesitant for sure, because it wasn't my textbook setup, if you want to call it that. It's a setup that I'm trying to get more. It's leaning on the delta I think will help me a lot with those times where I'm like, when price isn't quite giving you a clean enough break, but the delta is clearly showing that, like, buyers, like right there, price wasn't really giving you a clean break, but delta was like way up. So that shows us obviously the buyers aren't doing well. They're being absorbed. We've still got plenty of time, so we've got over an hour until, I mean, we've got like 30 minutes or so for the main majority for the like solid part of the session, and then we have that last half an hour, so I can still absolutely catch something. Maybe a previous week's value area high break and retest, potentially. I would be tempted to get back into a short if we retrace back to that POC. Like, I actually wouldn't mind that, to be honest. I kind of just didn't want to get back in because I was like, oh, my target's been hit, but it's a trending day, so there's no reason to say that it's going to hit a low of the day right here. Could easily retrace and explore into this previous week's value area high, and all I need is a bounce, right? We haven't had like a real solid retest of that previous day's value area low, so I will do that. You know what? I will go back in with that exact same trade. Just hope for a bit a retest. I'll put the limit order there, and then I'll like assess. I'll assess like what it's looking like as we move further down. Maybe I move to try and get something like here. Like there's a current session value area low, previous week's value area high trade right there. It's not really broke it super cleanly, but I like this setup like from this area. where I'm trying to enter. I really like this zone for an entry. But if we break even lower, then I'll have to move it lower. Seems like the breakout concept can be explained in the... I haven't watched that yet. I will watch that after stream today. I did see they did the post. Still a valid trade, hasn't been retested yet. Yeah, exactly. My thoughts exactly. We just got an enormous buy order coming to the market there, just below price. Didn't get filled by the looks of it. There it is again, it just popped back in there. Now what, at 82? Genuinely might try that, just to be really cheeky. See what it does here. Valid cheeky short, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Why does 88 just not exist? Won't let me move to 88. I'm going for the cheeky short, boys. I'm doing it. Cheeky short. Try and get to this big block of orders at 82. I'll probably take it off a tick in front of 82 just to be safe. I don't want to get fucked by a tick. The only thing that's concerning me is my stop feels like it's a little tight, but it's okay as far as like the ATR and all that stuff. 82.25. I feel like it's going to want to draw down to this big block down here at 82. Oh, never mind, the guy's gone. The 82 order's gone. If I get stopped on this, I'll probably I'll go for like a re-entry up at this original idea. Obviously with reduced risk. I'm gonna get stopped. I shouldn't have chased. Felt like a bit of a chase. I knew it felt like a chase. I'm not stopped yet, but I feel guilty for taking this trade. Like it, if it was like I'm gonna post this in the school group and ask Cammy about it because I feel like I was a bit too cheeky with this one. I feel a bit too chasey. Can't quite tell. I feel like it was potentially a solid B. maybe not a solid B, but a B nonetheless. That's what I'm trying to tell myself, but yeah, I hear you, boys. I do hear you. I just can't. I'm just saying, like, I do feel guilty for taking this. Whether that's just like my conscience playing on me, or because like it is valid. Like, even if I won this trade, I'll feel like, oh, I got away with it, sort of thing. Not like because like I say, I do feel like the right entry, or not the right entry, but the much cleaner entry is up here at the POC, which I will go for with 1 micro if it gives it to me. I think we are getting stopped here though. 97 is where I need to be like re-entering. I may as well put the limit sell there, just because if it pops up through this, I want it to fill me here. And then 03.5 for a limit buy. So I have this trade, and then if this trade fails, I have this trade. If that trade fails, I'm done for the day. I told you, boys. I told you I was too cheeky. Too cheeky. Too goddamn cheeky. Was valid, I would have taken it too. Yeah, like I say, I'm torn. I don't know whether it was valid or not personally. Like I say, I felt guilty for taking it. But yeah, how valid, obviously my guilt isn't the the sole determination of what makes it a trade, a good trade or a bad trade. Mindset of taking one more after a winning one is something I need to practice. Oh, Phil. Let's see if this one gets wins now. Hang on. Yeah, I thought so. That needs to go like down here, doesn't it? Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try and trail this one maybe. I don't know. Do I try and trail it? It's at 86 right now. It's all the way down there. What is my risk on this one? $32? Really? What did I lose before? Oh, I literally lost, like I did like a max loss on the first trade. And this one's like a tiny one. Almost makes me want to add to it. Very clean initial reaction. I might just be trying to sell into the low, I guess. I mean, like I said, it hit previous week's value area high, so the target really was hit. Am I just shorting because I want to get a trade? That's the question. Not a great initial start to this trade, but we'll see. That was a nice little spike down. Like I said, I do kind of want to trail this, but it's... is there much point in trailing 1 micro when I just lost with like 5? I think I'd prefer to like go move break even and then try and add to it or something. But I need to see obviously some. I'm not adding to a loser here. I'm only adding to a winner. Just a personal rule. I don't think that adding to losers is the best strategy. Yeah, I know Cammy does. I know Cammy does. It's just personally, I don't think it's. I don't think it's something that everyone should do. Cammy is obviously Cammy, so. But as like a general rule of thumb guidance for people, I would say that most people adding to losers is a negative impact on their P&L. Winning traders tend to add to winners rather than add to losers. That sounds obvious, but I mean they add to trades that are currently winning. Like their trade is still open. It's not hit TP, and like they obviously added to it once they knew it hit TP, because you can't do that. I mean more, they added to a winner whilst it was winning, not whilst it was losing. It's just that risk management, like that's my main thing, is like I want to know how I can add to winners whilst not oversizing, if that makes sense. One of the ways is obviously you can move to break even and then start sizing. Sizing up. I think as long as you keep the stop loss at the original place, that's something I would do. Yeah, moving the stop loss up is not a good idea. Or even narrower isn't too bad, to be honest. But like now, I wanna throw another limit in here and just bring my stop loss like a little tighter. So like here. And I'm thinking of targeting like down here, just in front of that previous week's value area high or something. I'll move this to break even soon though. God, that was aggressive spike down. CVD did make a new low, just about, same as price. Just about. I'm gonna move my stop a bit tighter because I don't want to move my stop to about 7,001, so I'm not over risk on the day. I'm gonna move to break even as soon as it hits like my original break even point, but I'm just gonna try and snag a couple extra points out of it. We should be moved to break even pretty soon here, right? Hopefully. CVD is lagging a little bit. I tend not to watch the I watch it, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, it doesn't matter. We just have a decent size of orders coming there at like 9.2. I've moved my stop to that high because if we get up there, then I'm pretty sure I'm out. I might even move it a little lower, to be honest, like bang on 7,000. Yeah, you're right, Diego. There is a little edge down there. Just need this to break. It's not breaking. But the CVD isn't really doing anything either, so it's not like one side's being absorbed. It's kind of just a lack of participation from either side, really. I'm happy with where my stop is. Like, my stop's just above the POC node. So if it's gonna break this downside, then it will break. Like I say, I wouldn't have won that original trade yet anyway. I would have been like 75% of the way there. And I've got less at risk than that original. Oh no, basically the same risk as that original trade, but more to gain. Like more than double the amount to gain, but the same risk as the original entry. Let me move this all the way over here. POC shifted there. Hopefully that can help us. Shifted down a tad. Because if the CVD starts rising here, but price doesn't really follow suit, then that's good for me. But if better, quite happy with the way that I managed it. It is something I want to do. I want to start like trying to add to my winners. I've always felt like it's a very beneficial thing to do. I mean, there's a guy on my Discord called Chris Knox who I've actually done a few videos with, just talking with him. He's a very, very talented trader, and it is one of the things he loves to do. He loves to move to break even fast and then scale into his positions as they're winning. I'm pretty sure if any of you have read this book, pretty like viral trading book, Best Loser Wins by Tom Haggard. Doesn't really trade with, I don't know what he trades with, to be honest, but it is one thing that he says in there as well that he's noted with his students or whatever, like the winning traders that he's observed. The successful traders will add to their winning positions, and the not successful traders will add to their losing positions. Trades a lot of DAX, yeah, I do remember that, yeah. Have read it, need to buy it again because I had to leave it behind once we... Ah, that sucks. Yeah, I had to do that with a similar book that I was reading in Australia. Not a similar book, just a book. It was not similar at all, it wasn't about trading or anything. Okay, we're getting a little break now. Hopefully we can get the break-even move. As soon as it hits that fib level, I'm hitting the break even. That fell a tick short, that's break even. I'm not gonna chase this anymore. I've already extended the TP once. I don't really want to do it again, to be honest. Or maybe, you know what, I might target value area low the current session actually. Let's try it. So I'm targeting down here now, 8.5. Basically trying to win back all the fucking loss on the day.
Order filled.
Yeah, stopped out. $20. I'm okay with that. It's literally like $10 less than the original trade I would have lost. Oh, no, I would have... Yeah. I trailed it down. I was going to trail it down like behind this node here. Is where I was like trying to eyeball it there. Where was I actually at break even? I was like here. Yeah, so it probably would have been stopped, to be honest. Not a bad trade. I'm honestly pretty happy with that trade regardless of the outcome. Let me put my executions on there because I'm just curious of where I actually got in and got out. So that was the first trade. Sold 5 at 88. Yeah. Sold 5 at 88 and then bought 5 at 994. Yeah. And then that one I sold at 97. Sold again at 96. Then bought them both back at 94.5. Yeah, so actually I wanted to get in. I wanted to move my stop like to 92 really there, but I felt like I was chasing it a little bit. But if I had done that, I would have got out with more profit than I would have had on the first initial idea. But yeah, that's something I really do want to experiment with, is that style of managing your positions, like moving to break even early, adding to winners. I feel like it's a very powerful way to trade. Aggressive, but powerful. By the way, I manage it. I go break even, price reaches 75%. Yeah, I did do that originally, but I changed it to 90%. So I'd have been long gone from this trade. break even if I entered with 1 contract, yeah. Or 1 take profit and 15 ticks and 1 break even, yeah. Yeah, I'm over similar. I did do 75%, but I felt like I was missing out on some trades. I felt like quite a few of my trades were hitting break even and then go into my take profit, so I was like giving up profits. So I switched it to 90% personally, just because it's like a more scalpy strategy. I feel like 90% works better. I think I've only had 1 trade that's like been a break even that that then went to TP, if that makes sense, since swapping to 90%. Works for me when I trade the 80% rule. I will add, and then when we get a retest of value area high from the bottom, I will sometimes add again. Yeah, see, I do want to learn more about how to add to winners. For sure. Like I say, I don't really agree with the whole, like obviously Cami does it, the adds to like a losing trade, just dollar cost average in basically, but I don't think that's a very advisable way to trade, shall we say. I don't think that's for everyone. I think that can negatively impact most people. Only the select few that it doesn't. And Cami is probably one of the select few, I would argue. Yeah, that's me done for today. 1 win, one partial win, 1 full loss. I think I'm break even on that account now. Yeah. No, some props don't allow DCA in at all. Don't think Apex does. I wouldn't be surprised if Apex didn't. But yeah, you do have to be careful if you're going to dollar cost average in. Yeah, that's all from me today, boys. I'm going to go and jump off. That's me done for the day. 2 trades and done. Interesting day, shall we say. Interesting day. Yeah, hope you boys enjoyed, and I will catch you at the same time tomorrow, 9:45 AM. Catch you boys then. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. No, it's Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.